He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I'm going to attempt to be calm, to be focused, to be cogent, and to walk through all of the news that we have before us here today. But when I got up at about 6 a.m. this morning and went to prisonplanet.com, because it is updated first every day, I saw a video by the International Center for 9/11 Studies. They, of course, were involved suing NIST with others, the federal government agency, to get videos released, thousands of them, of the firefighters and police during the 9/11 attacks. Because the New York Fire Department and Police Department have, in all of their units, camera people in the last decade plus. Now it's become more prolific. Even small departments, you'll see it even roadside checkpoints or community events. You'll see police there with cameras documenting what's going on in case something happens. They've got a record of it, similar to squad car cameras. And that's the problem with Big Brother. It can backfire. I called Paul Watson this morning, and I asked him to do a special report on this that the skeleton of was going to be up in the next 10 minutes at Infowars.com, but he's going to be adding to it throughout the day. And when you just see one more of these videos where firefighters are talking about before the towers collapse, in one case, before the second plane had even hit the other tower, saying that there were explosions going off in the lobby of one of the towers, the first tower to be hit. This is a long time before the building collapses. And we go back to William Rodriguez, the hero, who went around opening doors and saving people and helping people and barely got out. I mean, he got out as the building collapsed. And he came out that day to local news. They said, "What did you see?" And they said, "Explosions, bombs." And we have firefighter tapes and police tapes where they say bombs are going off. And on this latest video, it's several firefighters sitting there, bleeding, dust all over them. The only thing we've cut is the cussing. You can't blame them after going through something like this. And they're saying, we got to get out of here. There could be more bombs. They could go off any time. There's bombs in these buildings. These are trained professionals. And then the media tried to spin it and said, when Willie Rodriguez and police and firemen, later talked about this, but also in the past videos that were shot live that day. And they said, well, fuel went down the elevators to the lobby. Well, the elevators are staggered. There are, many, many floors. Memory says over 30 floors up. You go up elevators, they have to get off, and then the elevators are staggered. They're not continual. There were no fires lower down in the floors. There were no, natural explosions caused by a generator blowing up or whatever. They're down there in the building, and one of the major towers, and there's bombs going off everywhere. And then you just come to the realization, even though we have all this evidence of 9/11 being an inside job and the official story being a fraud, but just when you see another video like this, it really hits home just how right we've been. And I have a sick feeling. I'm not happy that I'm right about this. I wish it was men in caves. That's a lot less scary than the criminals that run our government, that run our police, being the terrorist. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support Infowars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
It is Wednesday, the 6th day of October, 2010. I'm Alex Jones, your host. G. Edward Griffin on his new documentary dealing with the geo-engineering, weather modification programs that are now being partially declassified. He'll be talking about the new film he has produced. What in the world are they spraying? Coming up in about an hour and 25 minutes from now. We'll also have the director of the film, a journalist, on with us. Now, at the bottom of the hour, when Watson's report is posted at prisonplanet.com, I'm going to go into this in full and play the different video clips and audio clips for radio and prisonplanet.tv viewers, so we have a clear, concise report on this. But I got sick to my stomach. I mean, physically got nauseated. This happens occasionally when everything we've documented, everything we've researched just gets more added to it that further confirms what we're talking about. I wish every day that 9/11 was not an inside job. I wish it was a foreign enemy. I wish it was a few hundred ragtag men in caves that wear turbans on their heads. That is not scary. It's a little scary, but it's not 1/1,000,000th as scary as a giant military-industrial complex who on record has staged other terror attacks. Operation Gladio, hundreds of times in Europe, Operation Ajax, Gulf of Tonkin, Northwoods, Army field manuals training black op captains and above how to stage terror. That's 2 years old and admitted. Leaked by WikiLeaks. The Pentagon admits it's real and said they would arrest whoever had released it if they could find them. I wish every day that it was men in caves. But it's not, my friends. And when you really get into 9/11 truth, when you really research it, and government-sponsored terror and false flag events, it just never ends. There is so much evidence. The official story is such a ridiculous lie. I mean, there's simple things like within 8 hours of the attacks, they had one of the unburned passports of one of the reported Saudi Arabian hijackers found at Ground Zero. There were hundreds of millions of papers, hundreds of millions, thousands and thousands of offices with tens of thousands of papers, mainly Wall Street firms. There were, in some areas, 10, 15, 20 feet of papers on the ground. All over lower Manhattan, there were several inches of papers, several feet of dust, asbestos, the rest of it. And magically, the FBI finds a passport and then finds another one. 2 passports in one day. That you've got planes going 550 miles an hour. They fly into aluminum and steel structure buildings. There's a huge fireball. There's fires. And 2 passports fly out and go to the ground. That is one of thousands of smoking guns of 9/11. It's a fraud. It's a lie. It's a joke. Same thing at the airline that crashed in Pennsylvania. They magically found one of the passports there as well. This is a sick joke. And it just goes on from there. You have Barry Jennings, the deputy head of emergency management in New York City, at Building 7 at the command center. And he comes out from the Building 7, in the morning with dust all over him, with the head of emergency management, and says that there were explosions before the building even caught on fire, hours before it even collapsed. Building 7, the 47-story building. Then we get an interview with him for Loose Change Final Cut. And then suddenly he starts getting threatened, and he says, please don't use it. And then he winds up dead within a few days. Neighbors, we've talked to neighbors. Neighbors say that the family just moved out in days, just disappeared. Probably a witness protection program. Who even knows if he's alive or dead? This has the classic MO of him being put into. But I mean, he may have died of a cancer that killed him in a week. I mean, one of those cancers that kills you like a cold in a couple days, kind of like Jack Ruby, who took out the Patsy Oswald. And we're going to be playing all of that, but there's a new video up on prisonplanet.com. New video, 911 fireman, secondary explosion testimony, newly released footage obtained from NIST by the International Center for 9/11 Studies. They had to sue to get these. Shows firefighters describing secondary explosions shortly before the collapse of the Twin Towers. And of course, a few weeks ago, they released video of explosions going off in 7 before the other towers had even collapsed. Nothing has hit it, no plane, no debris. Building 7 is literally, it's got to be 300 yards away from even the North Tower. And there's explosions going off. And then Jennings reports the fire department comes in and gets them out, and there's dead bodies all over the floor in the lobby. First thing Black Ops does is detonate a bomb to cause confusion before they go in and burn the place down. The CIA was in the building, Defense Intelligence, FBI. All totaled more than 20 federal agencies, IRS, the list goes on and on. So we've got people, very credible witnesses, saying bombs going off in Building 7 before North and South Tower had fallen. Do you understand this? We have the police, we have the janitors, we have the firemen in many videos, but 2 local newscasts saying there were explosions going off before the buildings fell. Namely, the North Tower that Willie Rodriguez, the hero, was in, who went back in to unlock doors and to get people out of stairwells because the elevators were shut down and they were trying to get through. and the elevator and stairwells are staggered. They don't go straight up and down. They're different levels. You have to get off at certain elevators, get off at certain